What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with my Browns Broncos Week 12 preview as my 7-3 Cleveland Browns. God, that feels good to say. Hit the road again. Remember, earlier this year, we were blessed to have so many home games. Well, now we're starting to pay for it because now all of a sudden, we got quite a few road games coming up. And the Browns will be heading out west the next 2 weeks, starting this week, as they head to Denver, Colorado, to face off against the 5-5 Denver Broncos, who all of a sudden are red hot. What have they won? 4 straight? Wow, pretty impressive, right? People thought that team was dead in the water at 1-5, and now look, they're 5-5, and they're looking damn good too. So what do you know? We got ourselves a battle of the streaks going down at Empower Field at Mile High this Sunday. It's going to be good. You know, Browns won 3 in a row. Broncos won 4 in a row. Something's got to give. Now, before I get into the preview, I got some tweets to go over. Now, the first tweet comes from everyone's favorite Browns beat writer, Jake Trotter, right? He hit us with the playoff odds. Coming off that win against Pittsburgh, as you can see, Ravens, 96.2%. They're pretty much a damn near lock, barring something unfortunate happening. But as you can see, they have a 65.3% chance to win the division. Look at the Browns in second place, huh? Yeah, 81.7, so essentially 82% chance to make the playoffs. Measly 24% chance to win the division. Then you got the Steelers in third. By the way, they fired Matt Canada today. Man, how often has it been where the Browns got a coach fired? Right? So many times have we seen the Browns fire a coach after playing the Steelers. Now, it's vice versa. I'm sure Steeler fans don't even care because they got rid of Matt Canada. They hated that guy. But yeah, Steelers 52.5% chance to make the playoffs, 10% chance to win the division. If the Steelers somehow win the division, that just proves that they got some sort of voodoo dark magic in that organization. And then you got the Bungles, 10.2% chance to make the playoffs. No Joe Burrow. They're done. 0.3% chance to win the division. Bungles! What happened? Oh, wait. Bungles. Bungles, Bungles. Bungles. Bungles, Bungles. Dashy weeps. It's funny, you know, we be beating these teams and you look on Twitter and you got Bungles fans out here getting mad. For stop you out week 1. Stop talking about us. You know, nobody's living in your head. Right? It's so funny. Like, focus on your next opponent. Get ready to watch Jake Browning. Oh, look at Crazy Dog talking all high and mighty. Yeah, because we're 7-3. And we kicked the Bungles ass week 1. And we're going to do it again week 18. You damn right. Unless we're resting starters, which would make it even more hilarious when DTR goes out there and kicks the Bungles ass. Joe Flacco. I don't know what's going to happen with Joe Flacco. We might see him at some point. Who knows? But yeah, those are the playoff odds. And you love to see it. Just keep this winning thing going, and that number's going to go up. It would also help if we got some other teams in the AFC to lose too. You know, that Chiefs loss last night made things very interesting in the AFC. Because now, I believe, every team in the AFC has at least 3 losses. Crazy, isn't it? I don't think the AFC has been this wide open before. Talk about parity. You love to see it. Now, the next tweet comes from Jake Trotter. And he had this to say. This is, again, fresh off the Browns' victory on Sunday. And I quote, Sunday marked Cleveland's 5th victory this season with a game-winning score coming in the final 2 minutes of regulation. Like I said, this team's going to kill me. I'm going to have gray hairs, man, by the time this season's over if this keeps going, man. My God. Crowder then followed it up with, according to ESPN stats and information, that's Cleveland's most such wins in a single season in franchise history. I mean, you guys remember the title of my recap, right? For the Steeler game? Cardiac Kids 2.0? I'm thinking this team is literally the Cardiac Kids 2.0. For real. Yep, for real. Because my God, they have my heart thumping in my chest at the end of every game. Oh man, and to think, if we didn't turn over the ball so much week 2, and if Kevin just ran the ball, against the Seahawks, we might literally be 9-1 right now. That would be nuts. But again, like I've said before, the football gods would not want the Browns to be 9-1 because we would be unbearable. We would be straight up unbearable as a fan base if we were 9-1. Best team in the AFC. Imagine though. Whew. If Nick Chubb played the entire game against the Steelers, we'd probably win that game. And then if Deshaun played against the Seahawks, we would probably win that game. That's a lot of ifs. So yeah, we're 7-3. Not gonna complain. That's still crazy though. 5 wins going down to the wire. This is literally Cardiac Kids 2.0. All right, next tweet comes from Dan Murphy, and he tweets, and I quote, "The Browns are 5-1 at home this season. The team has outscored their opponents 113-61 at home this year, including 110-33 in the 5 wins. Of course, you have that Ravens game. But yeah, like I've said, this Browns defense is different at home. Now, if they can just do what they've done at home on the road, oh yeah, we'd be in business. And if we get even a semblance of an offense, good. We're Gucci. We're going far. Because if our offense even shows a little bit of a pulse, they've got to be world beaters. They just got to manage the football, drive down the field, put up points. Our defense going to eat. All they got to do is just not the bare minimum, but at least be competent, right? Take care of the ball, move the ball, score touchdowns. Defense will take care of the rest. It's that simple. But that's freaking crazy how good this team has been at home this year. I mean, overall, since Kevin came in, we've been really good at home. You love to see it. All right, moving on. We got a very interesting tweet coming from Andrew Siciliano. And he tweeted, "Browns beat the Ravens and Steelers in consecutive weeks for the first time in franchise history." Now keep in mind, the Ravens were established in 1996. So, yeah, first time ever we've beat these two teams in consecutive weeks. Of course, we don't play them in consecutive weeks every year. I don't even know how many times we've played them in consecutive weeks. But God, it feels good, right? And the best part is, the Browns are guaranteed a 500 record or better in the division. And we only got one more divisional game left, week 18, in the damn jungle against Jake freaking Browning. Now, we'll see where we are at that time. If we're in the playoffs, we're resting starters. That'll be what, the however many game in a row where that game doesn't even matter? Because, we're playing our backups and they got a backup quarterback already. It's freaking crazy. But yeah, we beat the Steelers and Ravens back-to-back weeks. Yeah, crazy, isn't it? Same result, too. Dustin Hopkins. Thanks to Dustin, right? Yeah. And then to wrap up my little tweet review, we got this tweet from Zach Jackson. And I quote, "Only one other time in the Browns' new era since '99 have 3 different starting quarterbacks won a game. 2010, when Jake Delhomme, Seneca Wallace, and Colt McCoy did it. Oh my God. Jake Delhomme? Why do you newbies are like, wait, Jake Delhomme was a Browns quarterback? Yeah. It wasn't bad, but yeah. Seneca Wallace, oh my God. I think I actually saw him play in person one time too. And then Colt McCoy, of course. That's freaking crazy to think about. Yeah, those are my tweets that I went over, and let me know what you think about all that stuff, right? Awesome information. But now with that being said, let's get into the preview, and it's already been 10 minutes, and I haven't even gotten into the preview part. This is going to be a long video, if you haven't noticed already. This video is going to take like 3 hours to upload. I don't care. So anyways, let's start off with the series history between these two teams. And yeah, we haven't done good at all against Denver. Denver leads the series 24-7. Huh? 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 24-7. Wow. No. Fun fact for you guys. I didn't put it down here because I thought of it too late. But in 6 of the 7 wins that the Browns have against Denver. I'm sorry, in the 7 wins, 6 of them have been by 1 score, 7 points or less. The only one that was by more than a touchdown was the first meeting in 1970. That's freaking crazy. Of course, the last time the Browns beat the Broncos, 2021, at home Thursday night, I was there. It was a banger. Case Keenum was at quarterback. You know, we didn't even have Nick Chubb. Who was it? John Kelly and Dearness Johnson. Dearness Johnson ran wild on the Broncos. Yeah, I was there. I mean, for proof, go check my channel. I did a video watching the intros. Yep. One of the last games where Odell actually really played for us, for the most part. Yeah. Like that was actually, I think, yeah. Yeah, that's crazy, right? Odell was a Brown back then. That's crazy. 2021. Boy. Baker Mayfield was out too. Wow. And then, of course, Denver beat us in 2019. Freddie Kitchens and company went into, Mile High. That was, I believe, the start of the whole "come get me" thing. There was like some rumblings about Odell not being happy, and yeah, it was not a fun season. Oh man, that's crazy. So to see how far we've come since then, since the whole Freddie year, right? Now, with that being said, let's get into my 3 keys to victory. Number 1, get after Russell Wilson. Russell has been cooking as of late. He's been playing like vintage Seattle Russell Wilson. He's going to be tough to get. So, Miles, Zadarius, Shelby. By the way, Shelby was involved, I believe, in the Russell Wilson trade, if I'm not mistaken. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But, yeah. It's going to be up to those guys to keep Wilson contained, right? I want to see freaking Zadarius against McGlinchey. McGlinchey, former Niner. He was originally, I think, going to go to the Bears, but then the Broncos came in out of nowhere with this big old bag and said, "Here you go, Mike. Come be our right tackle." So Zadarius will probably face him. I expect Schwartz to move Miles around and try to expose any weaknesses that the Broncos have up front. Our secondary is going to have a challenge, though, because Courtland Sutton's that dude, and Jerry Jeudy hasn't been that great. So it's Gonna be up to those guys to show out, right? Should be fun. And I heard it's gonna be freezing cold too. So we'll see how it goes there. Number 2, get DTR going with the deep ball. What we saw was clearly a somewhat trigger shy DTR, mixed with the fact that they were playing it safe. They didn't want to challenge, do anything stupid. They don't want to take any unnecessary deep shots, but at some point you kind of have to, because otherwise the defense is just going to be hovering around the line of scrimmage the entire game and you're not going to be able to run the ball. All right? So, simple, just get the ball to your playmakers and hope they catch it this time. Looking at you, David. I know David Njoku said in his post-game interview that he went right home and went on the jugs machine. So hopefully that paid dividends and he goes out there and he has a classic Njoku game where he catches like 6 balls for like almost 100 yards. That'd be awesome. Big time Njoku game coming up. We already know. Thank God we have a good tight end in Njoku. Just has to catch the ball. It's that simple, right? But yeah, get DTR going with the deep ball. Get Cooper involved. We'll see about Tillman. And hopefully that'll open up the run game. And number 3, no dumb mistakes. Right? No dumb penalties. We were actually very clean with the penalties. I think we had, 1 penalty against Pittsburgh the entire game? It was the cleanest game I've ever seen from the Browns. Like, legit. There might have been like a game a long time ago, a couple years ago, but that was the cleanest game I've seen in recent memory. 1 penalty. Damn. It's crazy, right? Wow. Cleanest game I've ever seen. It's awesome. But no dumb mistakes, please. I would greatly appreciate it. All right, moving on. Player or players to watch. I'm going Denzel Ward and Greg Newsome because they're going to have one hell of a matchup against Sutton and Judy. So keep an eye on the tight ends. And hopefully our pass rush can help make their lives easier by getting after Russell Wilson. Because you can't have Russ running around out there. I mean, we saw what Lamar was doing. He was causing havoc, moving around and forcing our corners to cover these receivers for 5-6 seconds. You got to be able to contain and bring down Russell Wilson. It's that simple. Because we're seeing vintage Seattle Russell Wilson lately. And he's a very dangerous man when he's like that. So, yeah, simple. Just contain him and hopefully force some mistakes. And then my prediction. I got the Browns doing something that they've only done 7 times. And they haven't actually won in Denver since Greg Williams led the team in there after we fired Hugh Jackson. That was a fun season, right? Yeah. But I got the Browns winning 24-21. And they go to 8-3 on the year. And then they head back out west next week to Los Angeles to face the Rams. So from one challenge to another. Should be fun. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Going almost 20 minutes. As always, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell, become a member for exclusive perks like cool emotes and stuff. And let's go Browns, man. Let's go to freaking 8-3. 7-3 is nice, but 8-3 would be fantastic. It would be amazing. Especially if the Ravens could slip up against the Chargers, right? I know that's asking a lot. But hey, you never know. So I'll see you guys later on the night for Cavs and Sixers in-season tournament game number 3. And yeah, let's go Cavs. Let's go Browns, of course. See you guys tonight. Go Browns. I'm Crazy Dog. And I'm out. Bye-bye.